To all you cosplayers, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this passion with us. Thank you so much. Everybody, keep it going for our Doctor Who cosplayers. Oh, we need to open. All right, I'm getting shot. Alright guys, go ahead and take your seats because I have been informed that our guest is here! So Galaxycon 2019, Minneapolis, are you ready? It is my absolute pleasure to introduce this young lady. Okay, you are in for an absolutely wonderful period of time. She's a fantastic entertainer. She's a writer, she's a humorist, she's an actress whose work includes The Catherine Tate Show, of course, Nellie Burton in The Office, Mashika Spell in DuckTales, and of course, Donna Noble in Doctor Who. Please welcome the amazing Catherine Tate! The audience is yours.
I thank you all very much. Thank you so much. How nice of you to turn up. Look at this. Look at you. You all smell so lovely. Yes, I'm going to have a little drink, if you don't mind. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping while I'm... Oh, someone whooped when I said I'm going to have a drink. I mean, that's American by American standards. Hold on. You know you're famed across the world for your whooping, don't you? Hi, where are you from? Woo! So I was going to jump down there, that's probably a little bit too much, unless you all come a bit closer and I crowd surf. There's stairs over there. Oh, all right, Mrs. Health and Safety. Like, we totally don't have the insurance for you to jump. I don't know if the microphone will let me come down, will it? Let's have a go, shall we? Let's have a go. Oh, can you still hear me? No, can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can still hear me. Hello, hello. That's a tiny camera, look at that. Look at that, it's like you're from Lilliput, it's so tiny. In Wonderland. What is it?
It's a GoPro.
Are you a spy?
No, not yet.
Broken your cover.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Oh, hello. Let's play a little game. I mean, it's not really much of a game. Who came from the furthest away? That's what I like to know. It better not be me, Minnesota. I came from... Oh, look, people already putting their hands up. So the game is like, who came from the furthest away? Right. I just said that. She's like, well, you probably. Hello, can you keep up and listen? I'm saying it better not be me. Like, for example, where are you from?
St. Paul.
St. Paul. I don't think we've quite understood the rules of the game, madam. Any advances on St. Paul? New York! Suck it, St. Paul! You in the back! Sacramento, California! California, waving person! Sweden! Oh my God, from Sweden! You all suck! I think, don't tell, she's still got her hand up. You better be from a really long way away or you're gonna look like you don't know geography at all. Where are you from? You better be confident, just say it out loud anyway.
Finland.
Finland! Oh, Sweden, you loser! Loser, how the crow flies or the plane flies or anyone flies, is Finland further away from here than Sweden? Oh, okay. Oh, boasting about how well you went to school. Yes, it is. I don't know. Well, that was good. That saved a few minutes where I don't have to talk about sci-fi. Yes. Finland won. Let's hear it for the Scandinavian countries. Okay. I'm back. Hello. Hello. What are you doing? Taking a photo? Oh no. That's double chin city right there, mate. Get on a ladder and I'll look up. Put a filter on, but do you mind not? Thank you so much. Because I'd just rather give a really good Q&A rather than going, oh God, has he got a really unflattering angle? Because I'm that vain. So let's start the ball rolling. Is it just one line down the middle or are there other lines? It's just one line down the middle. So here's the thing I'm going to say before. Hello, so people who've just come in at the back. Where have you been? I'm assuming you know you're late. You've not missed much, but we've all been just getting up on stage saying a little bit about ourselves. It's your turn. Oh, are those people there? Hello? Are you all right? Are you queuing for something else? Are you very early for another Q&A? No, are you all here for this? Are you all right there? Do you want... No? What did you do? A survey at the door? No, they're absolutely not all right. I know. Would you like to sort of come down the front and sit like we're all at elementary school? Are you all right? Do you want to do that? Yeah, do it. Come on. Yeah, it's like camping. Come on in. Yes. All the way along. All the way along.
On the yellow line.
I like the way you ducked down there. I don't want her to see me. Hello everyone. Oh wow, look, it's like I've started a cult. You're very, very welcome everyone. So, oh yes, this is what I was going to say just before I start. It was really good working with David Tennant, the end, okay? Don't ask me that. I get asked all the time, what's it like working with David Tennant? Awful, alright? Not really, he's wonderful. And the other thing is, people sometimes say, what is the role you'd most like to do? And I'm a little bit superstitious about that, so I don't like to say things in case they don't come true. But I believe in fairies. So if that was your question, think of another one. Hello, my love.
Hi.
Hello, nice to see you. What's your question?
My question is, what was your favorite project to work on with David?
What? No, it's okay. She said, what was your favourite project to work on with David? I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about my part in that project. No, I'm not at all. It's very difficult, honestly, it's very difficult to choose because I've worked with David quite a few times. Obviously, Doctor Who was what we began our working relationship and friendship with. And I loved it, I absolutely loved it. And he was the reason that I did Doctor Who. Him and coupled with Russell T Davies, you know, doing it. I didn't like read a script or anything or watch it or anything. I mean, you might not have heard, but don't know a lot about Doctor Who. But we also did Much Ado About Nothing in the first which I wrote. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. That was amazing. Pretty much everything I do with him I loved. I probably would have to say Doctor Who because it led into all the other projects, and if it wasn't Doctor Who, maybe our paths wouldn't have crossed, although I hope they would, but probably Doctor Who, yeah. Thank you. Oh, so you haven't got to be polite and applaud people, she don't mind. And from up here, it sounds like someone's put fries on. Do you know what I I nearly said chips then, but you call those, I mean, it's so confusing. Crisps. What do you call crisps? Oh, you call chips. Oh, forget it. Crisps, chips, fries. My God. Hello, my darling.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Got any more? No. What's your question, darling?
What was your favorite, like, monster or bad guy in Doctor Who?
Yes, my favourite one. Well, here's the thing. It's sort of like a twofold question is because my absolute sort of like favourite and the ones that I think are so soulful are the Ood. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love the Ood so much. Partly because, I don't know, there was something about the Ood and it was something about the way the guy who was playing the hero Ood that I was working with portrayed it, and he was so soulful, and he really reminded me of my cat, which is, he really did, he honestly did, because he would follow me the way that cats, oh anyway, I loved him. But the other one that I really did like, but didn't realise until about, it was a good 4 days into filming this episode, is the Sontaran, which for ages I thought they were called Sultanas, but anyway, Sontaran, right? I didn't realise there was someone in there. Swear to God, did not realise. I just thought they ran on like electricity or something, right? And then they were like running around, like someone was, like, you know, like the Daleks. They do the Daleks, like people are remote controlling the Daleks. We stopped during a take and they went, that's lunch. Suddenly, the Sontaran got up out of the thing. And I screamed. And David's like, what is wrong with you? And I went, there's someone in it! And she's like, of course there's someone in it, what do you think? And I said, I honestly thought they were working on electricity. Anyway, goodbye. So I sort of feel very fondly against the human Sontarans as well. Potato-headed sultanas. But thank you for your question, darling. There's a lot of toing and froing in. Come on in. Come on in. Are you going out? You've had enough. It's had enough. Absolutely had enough. Where do you think you're going? Oh no, it was you. You asked a question. Okay, sit down. Hello, love. How are you?
Hello, good.
Good. What's your question?
So, I believe that you and Tennant had an amazing chemistry, and you were absolutely amazing as Dr. Donna.
Thank you very much.
So, my question is how much prep time went into becoming Dr. Donna?
None whatsoever.
That's what
We met. No, not really. No, not really. I don't really, I think it's nice to keep it fresh. I always learn my lines in the makeup chair. I do, a lot of actors do that, because it's, you know, it's fresh and it's good. I'd obviously seen the episode before, so I knew it was going to happen, so I was aware of it, and I was half aware that, oh, there's a chance here that I can do a little bit of an impression of David's doctor in it, that sort of was in the back of my mind. But not an incredible amount, no, because I like to just sort of find things in the moment and do it like that, and that's sort of how it came about.
you did amazing.
Thank you very much, thank you, darling. Thank you. Before I go any further, I must ask someone who is paying more attention than I am to let me know when there's only 5 minutes left, because is anyone here like from the Yes, hello. Please don't assume I will know. Will you come out and tell me? And don't assume, just because you're standing next to me, I've understood. Stand like in front until I go, I understand. Is that okay? I mean, I've done it before so many times. People are out there waving at me and I'm like, hi. And they're like doing this and I'm like, I know. So, you must, or we'll never get home. Because like after about 45 minutes, I start locking the doors, we start doing karaoke. It's fun. But you know, you might have homes to go to. Boring. Anyway, hello my darling.
Hi.
Hello.
I loved the Catherine Tate show.
Thank you.
Wondering, is there any chance that you'll ever bring it back?
Will I ever bring the Catherine Tate show back? Well, I just finished, 2 weeks ago, I just finished a feature film version of the Nan character. That's called This Nan's Life. So that's sort of a bit of it. And then earlier in the year I did a live version of the show in London. It was all new material but all the original characters, and I'd done that in New Zealand and Australia. I would very much like to bring that to America. Because it's just a different way of experiencing the comedy, because you do it live, and you know, I played about 20 different characters in the course of the show, so it's quick changes and it's great, and I really loved it. I don't know that I'd ever bring it back on TV, because I feel I've done that, but I do feel I'd like to reincarnate things like doing it live, and like taking characters and doing feature-length films about them and stuff like that. So it's not over, but that sort of TV version of it might be.
If you do it live, can you come to Minneapolis?
I certainly will. Thank you. Hello, darling.
I was wondering if you could change the doctor who you worked with, who would it be and why?
Were there others? Well, I wouldn't want to change the doctor. I'm only going to sort of play this game because you forced me. I think I would have... I think John would have probably had a good time with Chris Eccleston's doctor, because they're quite feisty, aren't they? And I would have loved to have joked about with Matt as well, Matt Smith. So, but for no other reason other than that I'm having to answer that question, because obviously David is my doctor and I would never want to change him. Thank you, David. Thank you. Hi.
Hello. In your opinion, why has Doctor Who come to mean so much to so many people?
Ooh, this is a bit of opinion in the crowd there. People going, oh, very good, very good. Well, it's quite interesting you say that, because until I started going to conventions, which is really only a couple of years ago, because John Barrowman made me, and David has said to me for years, why do you not do conventions? And I said, well, I didn't know anyone. I mean, it was like I used to say, what do you mean you go? And I said, no one knows who Doctor Who is anymore. You know, and he's like, no, they do. And I'm like, they don't. I mean, I had zero comprehension of the love of the show. I had no idea it had this sort of incredible support and life force from the fans. I had zero idea. And then John did say to me, just come to Dallas. I remember my first one a couple of years ago, I was in Dallas. And he said, come to Dallas. And I said, oh John, it would be so embarrassing. I can't. How would anyone remember someone that was in a show that wasn't even the lead character? Like, it would be so embarrassing. So I had no idea. And I can only surmise from what people say to me that the show means so much to so many, because I think it means a different thing to each person. And I guess that's the beauty of it, because I guess it's also, you know, it's about this fish out of water person anyway, isn't it? Or alien or something. All right, he's got two hearts, hasn't he? That's it. And we are all feel on the outside, you know, in our lives sometimes. So maybe that's what we identify with the Doctor, that he's always having to find a new family. That's another thing, you know, I think it's also a kind of thing where people, nowadays we make our family, we choose our family, and it's what the Doctor has to do, you know, he has to go out and find companions and find his support and that. And it's also fun, and it's great, and it's well written, it's got great characters in it, and I think from a storytelling point of view, people love it. But there's part of your question I can't answer, but part of me goes, yeah, what a great question, because I had no idea how much it meant to people. No idea. I was absolutely blown over, and that's why I'm still always so unbelievably appreciative and grateful when I come to cons and people say, I saw this, I really thought you were great in it, and it meant so much to me, because it was like, wow, I'm amazed you remember, but thank you. But thank you so much. I mean, I'm as, you know, I'm as in the dark as you are, so. Thank you. Thanks, love. Hello.
Hi. I'm very excited to be speaking to you.
Thank you.
So,
you don't know me.
So, what was your least favorite episode to work on?
Oh, there isn't one. My least favourite, I think someone's asked me this before, and the honesty, Donna Noble is leaving the building there. She's left the library in a Fires and Pompeii dress. Did you see that? The rudeness. It was honestly such a great job to work on, because in other circumstances, it would have been quite a tough job, because we were filming throughout winter, mainly on location, starting really, in terms of, an actor's life, which we have never any reason to complain about anything. But, there are some negatives in the sense that you're always up really crazily early, and it can be really, really cold, and you do blah, blah, blah. But even with all that, it was a joy. It was an absolute joy to do that, to do the show. And it's not my least favourite episode. It was the one that was slightly more challenging. Was one where we did. Now you've got me on the spot. It wasn't the Runaway Bride. I know the name of that one. It was the one where. Oh, I know what it was. It was the one where we were constantly underground. The Doctor's Daughter, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
There was different. What were those ones? They were like flower people or something. Fish. That was close. But they looked quite flower-like, didn't they? They looked like sort of orchids. Lost you, yes. I think that one, because it was a subterranean episode, and we were always underground, so it was just that kind of thing, like, oh my god, it's daylight. Oh no, it's night again. But that's not even. I couldn't say it was my least favourite. It was just the one that was slightly more challenging in the sense we never got to see daylight. But I loved them all, and you heard me say it here. Thank you, darling.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, I've got another answer to that question. Do you know what? It's certainly not my least favourite, because it was almost my most favourite episode. But I really loved Turn Left for the fact that I loved doing that shot. That I loved that thing. But the only downside of it was that I didn't get to see David much in it, because we just bookended Turn Left and Scream, or what was it? Blink. Midnight. I knew it was one word. Midnight, yes, because we just tail-ended each other's episodes there. So although Turn Left was, I absolutely loved doing it, the downside was that I didn't get to see David every day. Hello.
Hi there, my name's Audrey, and first off, I'd like for you to know that I've had that Let's Do It song in my head for days. So, here's my question.
Go on.
Why does Norway put barcodes on their ships?
Oh, is this a joke? Or are you actually thinking I know the answer?
It's a joke.
Why does Norway put barcodes on their ships?
So they can Scandinavian.
Oh, they can Scandinavian! I like that! Oh, and Norway's not here. No. Sorry. It was Finland. Blimey, we're getting a lot of Scandinavia FaceTime here today, aren't we? Got Sweden. And what? Oh, it's Minnesota, is that a thing? Yeah. All right! But they've not come over just because... No. I like that, I like it. Just as a by, do you know David and mine's game, I've Got a New Business? Yeah. Oh, just wondered. Okay, darling. Hello.
Yes, miss. I am turning 16 tomorrow.
Happy birthday tomorrow.
Thank you. I was wondering if I could get a birthday wish.
You certainly could.
Please. I forgot the magic word.
That's all right, darling. What's that mean? Have I got to do something to you? Do you tell me what your wish is? Oh no, what do you mean? I've said yes to it now, so... Whatever it is, something's going to happen.
My only wish is for you to have a nice con, ma'am.
Oh, my darling! Oh, for tomorrow, my sweetheart.
Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Oh. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Hello.
I was wondering what your favorite on-stage, off-stage moment was.
My favourite off-stage moment? What, anything I've ever done? Well, do you know what? One of my favourite moments last week, this is absolutely true, and I've not told this to anyone. I thought, oh, this would be quite a good con story. It's the truth. I was travelling back from Rhode Island with a gentleman called John Barrowman. And we were sitting at the airport, right, flying back to LA, and me and John are sitting facing this way, and someone's sitting behind us, and she taps me on the shoulder, she goes, "Hi, excuse me, sorry to bother you, are you Catherine Tate?" And I said, "Oh yes, I am." She says, "Oh, I absolutely love your work, I really loved you in Doctor Who." At which point John goes, "Hmm?" So actually what she said was, "I loved you as a companion in Doctor Who." And John goes, "Hmm?" And I say, "Oh, this is another companion. You may know him as Captain Jack." And she was like, "Oh my God, yeah, hi, how are you? God, wow, crazy, what are you doing here?" John says, "We got married." She's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah," grabs my hand. "Didn't we, hun?" Then goes, "They're calling our flight," right? Drags me and my suitcase out like this, smiling at her, going like this. Which is one of my favourite moments off stage for a while. So thank you, and let me tell you that. And that's absolutely true, as you obviously know it's not. Hi, darling.
Hi, I just want to say that I'm so thankful to the Lord Almighty that I grew up watching you, like my whole family, like I got to introduce them to you. And they were like, "Oh my God, she's so funny, we have to watch her every night." And my aunt just loves you in the Nanny's Carol, Christmas Carol. And,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but my question is, if you got to somehow meet Donna or any of your characters, and if you were to, well, mostly Donna, if you got to fight her, or like wrestle with her, like,
You have to sit down, love.
so if you got to fight her, like verbally, physically, whichever you prefer, who do you think would win?
Sorry, to clarify, you're asking me if I ever met myself and had a fight, who would win? Well, I have a feeling we might be pretty evenly matched.
That's the thing, you're a lot more spontaneous, and she's a lot more, well...
God, and the very idea of it, like kicking myself in the head. Ow, what'd you do that for? Shut up, some woman told me to. Well, as I am not an argumentative or indeed violent person, as are you, I'm going to have to give that to the fictitious Donna. Maybe she's got a side to her that we haven't seen. Thank you, though. Weirdest question ever. Hello, darling.
Hello.
How are you?
It's going great.
Good.
Well, my question is, what was your favorite scene when you started acting? Like, your favorite scene from one of your episodes? Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
What was your favorite scene from Doctor Who?
Oh, okay. He's absolutely raving with himself. My favourite scene from Doctor Who was... it was working with the adipose, actually. They were so cute. And even though on screen, like, you see they're these little cutesy little things. Actually, in real life, it was a tennis ball on a stick. So it challenged me as an actor, which I like that. But thank you for your question. Hi.
Regarding the turn left episode, my question is there
You've got a
something
beetle on your back, haven't you?
back?
Yes. We've got a Donna amongst us. Sorry, darling, what was the question?
If you had something on your back. That's my question.
I might have missed a few words. Is your question if I had something on my back? What would it be? Is that what your question is? No? I'm sorry, I'm starting again. Hello.
Just a shout out to the episode.
Oh, it's a shout out to the episode.
Is there something on your back? Was my question.
Oh, I'm sorry, I've completely ruined your shtick. I'm so sorry. And that was a clever one. I'm sorry. Start again, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it properly.
Okay.
Hi!
Big three.
Is there something on your back?
Is there something on my back? Thank you, Donna Noble. Seriously, you have got something on your back? Hello.
Hello. Oh, do you want to say something?
Sure. My name is Catherine, I'm an alcoholic.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, wrong meeting, I'm so sorry.
So,
Joking.
I think it's pretty safe to say that despite your dramatic roots, you're going into a field of comedy now.
Wow.
So, when you're creating characters, you base them off of real people. How do you go about not insulting them?
Ooh, it's controversial from the crowd. Do you know what the interesting thing about is? Because you don't ever want to insult anyone. What? I can't hear you or see you. I don't know who you are. 5 minutes, I understand, thank you. Question, but while I answer your question, anyone else who's still got a question to ask, come up on the stage. I'm going to do a lightning round. Okay, so quick, anyone after this young man, come up on the stage, quick. Your question though, here's how you don't insult people, but you want to copy them.
Might be able to sneak up there.
Is you change their hairstyle. 100%, because I've realised people only identify physically with themselves when they see themselves. And if you take what they recognise with themselves away, they don't realise that you're using them. For example, come on, queue up along here. I did a character called Screaming Woman, right, based on my mum, who screams at everything, and has done ever since I was a child, like the phone will ring. And it's like, Mum, you know that's what it does, you know. I gave her crazy, sort of like frizzy hair. My mum watched it on TV with me for the first time, with this woman screaming and screaming. My mum laughing, and I'm going, Mum, you know that's you. Swear to God, my mum said my hair doesn't look like that. That is how you do it. Thank you, darling. Right. This is a long line. This is going to be a speed lightning round where I will try and answer everyone's question. I will obviously be doing this concisely, so don't be giving me 3-part questions. Okay, because we've only got like 3 minutes left. What's your question, my darling?
How does it feel to be the most beautiful person in any room you're in?
You would have to ask yourself, baby. Hi.
As Donna is my favorite character on Doctor Who, and Nellie is one of my favorites in The Office. I really connect with both of them for different reasons. But mostly, how were you able to act like you weren't falling madly in love with David Tennant's Doctor?
Because I know him in real life, he's awful.
What was your favorite line when playing Magica Dispel?
Can't remember. Something like, Scrooge McDuck! Sorry, I don't remember.
My favorite episode of all time is actually Midnight. You weren't in it very much.
Goodbye. Oh, it's a joke.
That's actually the bad part about the episode. Are you disappointed you didn't get to be in that episode?
Well, we did it at the same time as Turn Left, so it was a choice of one or the other, so I'd always choose Turn Left. But thank you, thank you.
Now that you are doing conventions more, is it kind of sinking in that, like, as long as you're willing to travel and to go to them, that people want to see you at conventions?
Oh, 100%, yeah, I'm always blown over, and I still, honestly, thank you. Thank you, darling. Are we married?
My question is, do you still keep in touch with people from the office? And if so, if there's anything you can talk about, do you have any upcoming projects with them?
I don't have any upcoming projects with them. I do keep in touch with them. I was with Leslie and Brian last week, and I haven't got time to talk about it, but I'm sorry. But I've got some great Craig Robinson stories that I'll tell you next time.
So, number one, just kidding. Time and place where you would have gone as the companion in Doctor Who, that you didn't go.
I'd have gone to Victorian times, but I think Billy did it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Boo! I would have liked to have done that. I would have liked to have done one of those. Come on in, quick. Hello, my darling.
What was your favorite scene from The Office?
My favourite scene from The Office was when I dressed up as Toby. Halloween, that was my favourite. Do you watch The Office? Yeah, cool. Nice to see you, thank you.
Hi, what qualities in Donna do you see in yourself?
Oh, we really look quite similar.
What's your favorite thing about Donna's character?
My favourite thing about Donna's character that I got to sass the Doctor, and it seems like not many people got to do that.
Who would you want to work as classical Doctor?
What does classical Doctor mean?
Originals.
Playing instruments. From the 8th one back, who's that? I honestly don't know about Doctor Who. Is it Tom Baker?
Yeah.
Yes, Tom Baker. Tom Baker. Thank you, definitely Tom Baker.
Given the opportunity, would you actually come back to Doctor Who if they gave you the opportunity to?
Are you saying that they're not? Does Doctor Who still go on? But I left. I think you have to leave in people's good graces, and I don't think you can go back. Or can you? Oh, I don't know.
Did Donna ever face any villains that were more predatory than Toby?
Oh, the Scranton Strangler, for he is. No, Toby was far more frightening.
It's a pleasure to meet you. My question is, I really enjoyed the podcast that you were in with David Tennant. And I would like to know, are there any challenging roles that you would like to pursue in the future you haven't done already?
Well, that was covered when I said at the top I don't like to speak about things because I'm a bit superstitious.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna blame you. Nice to see you though, darling. Thank you, baby.
I was just wondering if I could have a hug.
Oh my God. What's my favourite word? It's in Spanish, viajes. It means journey. Just love it, viajes. Thank you. Hi there.
My name is Patty, and I wanted to know, do you have any social media outlets I can follow you on? And do you have any upcoming projects that you'd like to share with us?
Well, thank you for your question. I'm not on social media at all, so anyone who's, I think people pretend to be, but I'm not on social media, so. And I have just finished a Nan film that will be out next week, and no, it won't be out next week, it'll be out next year. I haven't finished editing it. And more stuff to come next year, absolutely.
We will stay tuned.
Thank you.
Galaxycon 2000. To the stage, not on the stage. We already had that moment. That was wonderful. Thank you.